It has been about 3 weeks since the last Met Gala, and I think this is the perfect time for us to go over everything and discuss what I felt were the most overlooked looks of the night, as well as touch on some of your best and worst dress. Established in 1948 as the Costume Institute Gala, better known in modern times as the Met Gala, this was an invite-only annual fundraiser for the Metropolitan Museum of Art's Costume Institute. While it was originally open to high society, excluding celebrities before 1972, we didn't really get to see the glitz, glam, and wow factor because the red carpet really wasn't rolled out through that time. All that changed in 1972, where we began to see celebrities such as Madonna, Diana Ross, Elizabeth Taylor, Cher, plus more being invited and showcasing their styles. During this time, we were also able to see the transformation when it comes to themes, something that we will see going forward. In 1973, we seen the World of Balenciaga theme. In 1983, we seen the Saint Laurent 25 Years of Design. In 1993, you had Diana Vreeland in moderate styles. In 2003, we had Goddess, the classical mode. And in 2013, we had Punk, Chaos of Couture. This year's theme for 2022 was In America, an anthology of fashion, which is pretty much the part 2 to 2021's theme, or as Design Boom likes to call it, the overlooked backbone of style. So basically, we want to know, what does that theme really mean? An anthology of fashion is basically during a time period where you get to see, as most people called it, the gilded glamour. All this means this is the golden age in America, the period where everything is rapidly being reproduced, massive economic growth within the country. So this kind of spans over a good 3 decades. There are some people I felt that didn't really follow that theme, because when you think of, that time period, if we're talking about from 1870, that's 1870s, 1880s, 1890s. So to me, anything that fell outside of that didn't really fall within the theme, even though we've seen some good looks. So we're going to go ahead and cover some of the looks that I thought were good, some that missed the mark, as well as some that I felt were overlooked or overhyped, because there are quite a few that were overhyped. But for me, I feel like if you're going to go to the event, you have to follow that theme. So I will deduct some points. I will deduct some points if you didn't exactly follow the theme for that time period. So before we begin, I just want to at least break down what you would find in those time periods. So for 1870s, this is where you start to see more of the elaborate gowns. This was a time of prosperity. So you see the elaborate dresses, bustled skirts, bright royal colors, golds, your earth tones, ribbons, and lace. Then when you get into your 1880s, you start to see the drapery. So you start to see draped gowns, or fabrics, ruffles, and boots, and the elaborate hats. In the 1890s, you start to see the corsets, as well as the illusions when it comes to the skirts. So that's where you start to see the skinnier looking waist, but the exaggerated hips, stripes, your pastel colors, and so forth. Also, during the Met Gala, I feel like even though you're trying to make sure you hit the mark with the theme, this is also the time to also step outside of the box, meaning you can mix a little bit of old school with new school, or get your own take on it, as long as you're kind of still within the theme. So now we're going to go into our 3 tiers. We're going to start with the bottom tier, tier 3, which is basically hotel. That's titled hotel because you either missed the mark, or you're on theme but your dress just didn't do it for me. Tier 2, which is limo, that means you're on your way to the event. You look nice, yeah, you look nice, you look good, or so forth. It's just not really giving. And then you have tier one. That's titled main attraction. That means you hit the mark, you look great, and you're giving us what we were supposed to be getting. So we're going to start with Bella Hadid. With her, she wore Burberry, and I think her gown looks really nice. She chose to do the corset. She also has the lace. So she didn't do the exaggerated hip. She put her own little twist to it. So I think she actually looked good. She stayed in a lot of black. That's something that you've seen with a lot of people for that night. So I think she looks really good. I won't say that it's all the way out there. So she would go in, mainly because of that, I will put her in tier two. She's in the limo. Next, we have Emma Corrin. With her, she wore, hopefully I am saying this designer correctly, Miu Miu or Mimi. I think she had a great take on the time period. She went for more of the boyish look, if you wanted to call it that, as well as that exaggerated hat. She has the shoes from that time period. The only thing about it, I feel like, even if you do the shoes and that does fit that time frame, it's not, it's not giving me what it's supposed to give. I'm not a big fan of the shoes. So I'll say that, she's in the limo, but she kind of missed the mark with that just a little bit. Next, we have Nicki Minaj. She's wearing Burberry as well. She chose to go for the leather boot / pants, and she put her own twist on it by doing the belts, the leather hat instead of the elaborate, wide oval hat. She went for a different style, but you see a lot of the ruffles. I think she actually looks good, and instead of the art being on her, she chose to wear the art. So this is where you start to see the gems on the skin. And I can say that she definitely set a trend with that. Some people weren't a big fan of it. I actually was. And I would say, she's the main attraction. Next, we have Normani. She chose to wear Christian Siriano, and I loved it. I love this look. She chose to do the elaborate hat. She chose to wear the outfit that still gives us that ruffled feel, but she switched it up in a sense to where she showed a little skin with it, as well as the poofy sleeves. So I think she actually did really good. Main attraction. I would like to see more looks like that from her. Next, we have E.A. Bastida. She's wearing Chloe, and I think she actually looks good, but it's not giving me Met Gala. It's giving Coachella. It doesn't really follow the themes of those 3 decades that I spoke about. So because of that, she's still at the hotel. Next, we have SZA. She's wearing Vivienne Westwood, and she's actually on theme. She has the large hat. She has the boots. It feels as if she's in an old Western, an old Western movie. But it's something about it that I just don't, something about it I like, and it's something that I don't like. Maybe it's the makeup, maybe it's the hair, but I guess we can say she's on her way. I guess we can say she's on her way. She fits the theme, but she's in between. You know what? She's late. Maybe we can make that a 4th category. She's late. She's not at the hotel. She's not really in a limo. She's like just late. It's something about it that's just a little off for me. Next, we have Odell Beckham Jr. I'm not sure who he's wearing. I think he actually looks good. Does it really fit that gilded glamour that everyone was speaking of? Not really. But if you kind of do your research and you think about the time frame that all that is within, I think he's actually still within the theme. So with that, I will say that he's in the limo. Next, we have Russell Westbrook. and he's in Thomas Brown, and it's a miss for me. I do like the hat. The skirt to me just looks a little off with it, and I get that wearing skirts is his thing, and that's it's just something about the look when you pair it with the shoes and the socks. I don't care for it. I feel like he could have went a different route if he was going to do the skirt and do it in a certain way. Next we have Cardi B, and she's wearing Versace. I think she looks stunning. I think she looks really good. My only thing is this reminds me so much of her music video, and I kind of wish she would have done something a little different. It's definitely given the gold, but I've seen this before, so I want to see something else from her. So I'm going to say that she's in the limo because of that. Next, we have Cara Delevinci. She is in Dior and Giuseppe platforms. I feel like this is how you take a thing and you modernize it and make it your own. She is the art. Her clothing isn't the art. And I didn't see a lot of people actually talk about her outfit, and I think she did really good. From the eye makeup to the body paint to the color of the pants and suit jacket. And I like that she didn't make her platforms matchy. So I think she did really good. She is the main attraction. Next we have Jodie Turner, and she's wearing Gucci. I think she looks amazing. The way that the outfit fits her body, how it looks on her skin is amazing. My only problem with her outfit is it is not an ode to the theme. That is 1920s. That is well outside of the theme's time frame. Other than that, she actually does look good. She just didn't follow the theme. And then we have her husband, Joshua Jackson. He's on theme, but the pants to me are too big, so I feel like they both are in the limo. Next, we have Emily Ratajkowski. Hopefully I am pronouncing her last name right. She is wearing Versace. She's at the hotel, you guys. This is giving me Bollywood. It's not really giving me that time. Yeah, she's just at the hotel. It's cute though. It's just, it's just something about it that feels like it's a Bollywood movie. Next we have Gigi Hadid, and she's wearing Versace, and I like it. Even though she didn't really go with the exaggerated hip, her coat does that. And I feel like that's how you take it and make it your own. And she's the main attraction. She is definitely the main attraction. On to Hailey Bieber. She's wearing Saint Laurent, and I think she looks breathtaking. She looks really good. I didn't see a lot of people talk about hers. The only downside to her look is this is 1930s. That's that sleek satin look that showcases like your curves or whatever. I feel like she could have took this in a different route to kind of fit the theme just a little bit more. So because of that, she is in the limo. She's in the limo. Now, with this one here, I did not hear anyone talk about Anita, and she is wearing Moschino, and I think this is how you give me that vintage feel for the theme and bringing it into modern times, and I love it. The way the beads drape across the top of the dress, the exaggerated hip, but it still seeps in just a little bit to the earrings, to the hair, to the makeup. She looks great. She is definitely the main attraction. Next, we have Meg Thee Stallion, and she is also wearing the same designer as Anita. I think face card, Megan looks great. Body looks great. It's something about this dress, though, that makes me feel like the dress is wearing her and she's not wearing the dress. But I can definitely say that I like that whoever really styled her with the hair, who did her makeup, and as well as the designer for the dress, I like that they pushed the envelope with her, because we kind of see her in the same style clothing. And this was actually a risk, but it missed the mark just a little bit for me. So she's in the limo. Winnie Harlow. She is wearing Iris Von Harpen, and I like it. This is screaming Met Gala. This is how you go out, how you do something that's a little different. I love the headpiece. While the headpiece is gorgeous, I feel like that theme is a little bit outside of the time frame. The ruffles definitely fit the time frame, but I will say that she's the main attraction. Teyana Taylor, she is also wearing the same designer as Winnie, and I think this designer did amazing for this event. The headpiece for her is beautiful. The dress with the flare and how it just moved, it was good. I think she was the main attraction as well. And I also like that we see something a little different, because normally we see her in something that's more skin tight, that shows off her six pack, shows off her curves. So I like that they did something a little different. Caroline Trinity. I'm not sure who she's wearing. I did look that up, but I couldn't find any information on that. But makeup, phenomenal. Hair is unique. The dress is gorgeous. I didn't see a lot of people talk about her look as much either, so I felt like she was overlooked. She was definitely overlooked, and I think she did really good. Like, she even has the leather gloves, and I would have never thought to put that with it. And she's the main attraction. She's definitely the main attraction, and it's a shame that y'all overlooked her look. Next, we have Nigel Huston. He is wearing Vivienne Westwood. He looks great. I just feel like he could have gave something a little more to push the envelope. Kind of like how Westbrook pushed the envelope a little bit with his look, but it still was within that theme. I feel like his is something we would see the men wear in like the 70s, if that makes sense. So I don't really see it fitting the theme for that night. So he's in the limo. He looks nice. It's just not really within that theme for that time. Next, we have Blake Lively. I heard a lot of people talk about her look, and let's just say she looks great. She is wearing Versace, and she actually has a 2-in-1, to where if like she was to flip it, it's a whole nother color. I love that. It definitely was within theme. It has that pastel look. She has the gloves. Her makeup was phenomenal. So she is definitely the main attraction. And lastly, we have Shawn Mendes. He's wearing Tommy Hilfiger, and I like it. It definitely fits that time. I like that he actually popped the collar up to make it look a little different instead of how we would normally wear it. So I would definitely say he's the main attraction. Can we get a drum roll, please? So for the 2022 Met Gala, the best dressed, to me, rebel, is Cara, and the worst dress is Emily. I feel like Cara is best dressed mainly because she pushed the envelope. Her body was in gold, you guys. She did the platform heels with her outfit, definitely did something that was unique. And while there were quite a few others that I think is best dressed, to me, that really was a step above. And Emily is worst dressed mainly because to me, it just didn't go with the theme. It gave Bollywood, not Met Gala, part 2 from 2021. So, yeah, hopefully you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.